Sin is not passive, it's a predator crouching at your door, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This isn't just ancient poetry, it's the reality every human being faces. Genesis 4:6-7. God asks Cain, "Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." Picture Cain in that field, rejected offering, shoulders heavy, jaw set with burning resentment. The camera lingers on the downcast face, the tight hands, the quiet that precedes a storm. God himself warns him, sin is crouching like a wild animal, coiled to leap. This is Act 1, the conflict, the primal struggle with a predator that prowls inside us. Paul frames our condition bluntly in Ephesians 2:1. We are dead in our transgressions and sins. Cain's failure to respond rightly to God's warning reveals that spiritual numbness, a heart that hears but cannot rule. Without divine life, our vigilance is hollow. We imagine we can master the beast, but our strength is the very thing that betrays us. The scene closes on a threshold, choice or collapse, an invitation and a danger standing at the same door. But Cain doesn't heed the warning. Genesis 4:8 delivers the devastating turning point. Now Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let's go out to the field." While they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. The predator has struck. Act 2. The collapse. In that open field, the crouched threat becomes sudden, brutal motion. The air snaps. A hand becomes a weapon. Abel's blood soaks the soil and cries out, an image of innocent life silenced and earth-stained. Cain's collapse is not only a violent act, it is total surrender to sin's dominion. He stops reasoning with God and begins reasoning with the world, comparing offerings, comparing worth, letting jealousy dictate action. Ephesians 2:2 frames it, "We followed the ways of this world and of the ruler of the kingdom of the air." Cain obeys that worldly logic and opens himself to demonic influence, becoming what Paul calls a child of disobedience. The fallout is wider than two brothers, a community fractured, a moral order disrupted, patterns of violence set in motion. This is the cost when the predator is allowed to rule. But the story doesn't end in that blood-soaked field. There is a third act that transforms everything. Ephesians 2:4-5. But because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. Act 3. Christ. Where Cain failed, Christ succeeds. The film shifts, darkness gives way to a vision of the cross. Abel's blood cries out for justice. Christ's blood cries out for mercy and life. That contrast is the heart of the gospel. Grace does not ignore sin's horror. It confronts it and supplies resurrection life. Being made alive in Christ means the predator at the door loses its final claim. Our rebellion is not the last word. Practically, this means we cannot rely on our own will to master sin. We must live in the new life Christ provides, repentant and empowered by mercy. Cain's story becomes a mirror. Left to ourselves, we collapse. But in Christ we are called into a renewed narrative of forgiveness, restoration, and victory. The choice remains, surrender to the crouching predator, or step into the life granted by Christ's conquering grace. Cain's story shows us the problem. Christ's story gives us the solution. The predator of sin is real and it's crouching at the door of every human heart. But you don't have to open that door. You don't have to fight this fight alone. The escape isn't a new technique. It's a new life. A life made alive in Christ. If this story resonates with you, and you want to explore more about how to win the spiritual battles you face every day, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. The truths hidden in these ancient stories have the power to change everything. Thanks for watching.